Good day, good morning. I hope this video finds you well. This is my first attempt at doing a video for YouTube, so bear with me. I may make a lot of mistakes, but at least I'm trying. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I am a grandmother, a mother, a grandmother, and a great-grandmother. I was born in Glasgow, Scotland, and I grew up in the 50s and 60s when life was a lot easier. I don't feel comfortable doing this. People say you must be natural. So I'm going to be natural. I'm going to be my normal self. Excuse me a wee minute. Welcome to Gumsy Granny, a wee Scottish lass who grew up in Glasgow. Had a happy childhood. I was born into an average family. We weren't rich, but we weren't poor either. I was an only child. Both my parents worked hard. Both left in the morning to go to work and left me when I was old enough to get myself ready for school in the morning. My first rule was I had to make my bed. Then after I got ready for dress for school, I had to wash the breakfast dishes, clean out the fire, and reset it for my parents to light it in the evening when they get home from work. My father was a quiet man, never raised his voice, never lifted his hand either. My mother, on the other hand, she was the one who wrote the rules, and lo betide you, if you broke them, yes, they were very strict. And being an only child, I was the one that was left to do most of the chores. I had my list of chores I had to do just to earn my pocket money. Pocket money was paid to me on a Friday after my dad or my mum got paid. I got my pocket. I can't even remember how much it was I used to get. But I remember I used to take my money to school on the Monday morning, and you used to be able to buy post office saving stamps. And then you got a little book where you stuck the stamp in the book. One page held £1. And I'm not sure if I'm remembering correctly, but I think a book held £5. When my books were full, they were put away. And then when I was a wee bit older, my parents took me to the Royal Bank of Scotland and opened a savings account for me. Thereby, when my books were full, maybe 2, 3 books, I can't remember now, I would take the books to the post office, cash them in, take my £10 or £15 and put it into my bank account. Yes, those days, they seemed hard in those days, but now when I think back, We had a great childhood. Once our chores were finished, we'd go out and play. The games that we used to play, kick the can, ring a roses, all those old games, hopscotch, things like that. Nowadays, you don't see kids out playing in the street. It's too dangerous now. You know, we were taught never to take sweets from strangers. And the local Bobby was never an enemy. He was a friend. You could go up to the local Bobby. I remember the Bobby where I lived, his name was Ginger. And the boys used to play football around the corner in the road that led up to the school. And Ginger used to come up on his beat. And if the boys were playing soccer, he would take his jacket and his hat off and he'd join in the game. And somebody always kept a lookout for the sergeant so that Ginger never got into trouble. He was a friend to the neighbourhood, a friend to the children. I don't know what it's like nowadays living in the UK. I know what it's like here in South Africa. I don't recommend anybody going to a local policeman here because they'll just want a bribe. Anyway, let's carry on. The times when I think back in my 70 odd years was many a missed opportunity. And if I had known then what I know now, yes, I'd be a very rich person and a very successful person. But they say you're never too old to learn. So I'm still learning. At the present moment, I'm trying to learn this YouTube video thing. And if it wasn't for my son, I'd be bloody lost. Excuse me, I should never have sworn. Anyway, I was a mother, a grandmother, and a great-grandmother. And the one tip I've got for people nowadays, especially young ones, you're never too old to learn. Get yourself an education. Pay attention. When you get yourself a job and you're earning a wage or a salary, what do you do with that first paycheck? Go out and splurge it? Buy yourself something new? Don't make that mistake. Because before you earned that paycheck, you never had any money. And you will never have any if you don't save. Take that paycheck and put it in the bank. Start yourself off on the right foot. And then every week or every month, whatever way you're paid, a wage or a salary, put at least 10% away in a savings account. And as your salary and your wage grows, keep using that 10% or even more. Because that was money you never had before. And credit cards, oh, the bane of society. If you do get a credit card, because nowadays they say you need a credit history. you do get a credit card, do yourself a favour. Buy something with a credit card and pay it off that same month. And do that all the time. You've got to buy groceries. So go spend that few pound or rand or whatever, is a dollar or whatever. And as soon as you get paid, pay off that credit card so that you're starting a new record. And you do that every month, and eventually they will want to increase your credit. You can take it, but I don't advise it, because why do you want to use somebody else's money and make them rich? Credit is a good if you don't abuse it. When you abuse it, you're the one that's getting abused. So remember, the best tip I could give you is invest in yourself. And when you get paid, pay yourself first. Put that 10% or 15 or whatever you want away in a savings account. Pay yourself first. If you enjoy my little video, my first little video with any information that maybe I've put into your mind, please subscribe and press that button now. And maybe one day you'll thank me for it. Thank you for watching the Gumsy Granny. Goodbye.